1700block. I'm your host, Lamont. Well, if you're missing somebody, and you having one of them days, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be okay. Just hang in there, keep your head up. For you Ravens fans, y'all had a tough season. It was a game last night, and the game the game was. I don't think it was a bad game. Um, It's just something we need to talk about. I'm still a fan, my life gonna go on. I ain't had to clean my lockout or none of that. But I think that, and y'all can chime in because I need to see if this chime is working. So please try to chime in and comment, um, because I need y'all to do that. Um, my take on this thing, man, with this Ravens team, man, is I think administration I think they need to do something in the front office. I think a couple people need to lead. Somebody need to go, man. I don't know if it's Harbaugh, just clean house. Todd Monken, um, which is the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator need to go. Um, I'm not concerned about playoffs. I don't, whether we win a division or not, we still want to go to the Super Bowl, man. We don't have a Super Bowl team. And one game beating Pittsburgh is just not good enough. It's not good enough. And I think one game of Pittsburgh beating Baltimore is not good enough. Like, I think that the coaching staff need to be changed, man. It's just time to do something different. They run basic plays, no options, no quarterback, nothing. It's just basic. You don't run. You have one of the baddest running backs in the NFL, and you don't play him, right? I'm just not understanding. You have a young kicker. You run 22 seconds off the clock. You got 3 timeouts, which is just ridiculous, which don't make no sense. You got 3 timeouts. You don't use the timeouts. You run 22 off the clock and wind up with 2 left to kick a field goal. 22 on the clock, 3 timeouts. You still got time for another play. I think you take 6. You take 6 off the clock when you make a play. You got 22. So even if you ran 2 plays, that would be 16. You still would have something left, and you still got 3 timeouts. Like, it's just bad coaching, man. And then you put all that pressure on a kicker that's a rookie. He can't kick under pressure. He's not that kind of quick kicker. And to my knowledge, I don't even think we have a backup seasoned kicker. Can't put that kid out there, man. Put the whole team on that kid back, man. That kid ain't no seasoned kicker. He a rookie. He can't play under pressure like that. So I think it's a lot of stuff that need to be done, and you know, hopefully they get it done, man, because it's just a mess right now. I don't know what they doing. Every year, it's Baltimore and Pittsburgh. I don't understand why. The first couple years, you had me. I was sold. But every year we wind up playing them, and it's always the last game. It can't be a coincidence. Not no 2 years in a row. One this year, last year. Year before that, we didn't play 'em. The 2 years after that, we played them. So out of like the last 4 or 5 years, we didn't playoff always came down to us. Every year, nah, that can't be a coincidence. NFL is not. We not playing just to play Pittsburgh. We playing to win something. And I'm just sick of them doing just the minimum to win titles, man. Titles, division titles don't mean nothing no more. That's we don't wear Ravens gear, and you build a stadium, man, you get players, man, because you want to go to the dance. Um, I'm disappointed in the coaching staff as a whole. Um, the front office, they need to do something. Harbaugh been there 18 years. He can go take Tom Monken ass with you. Take the defensive coordinator with you. Get yourself a seasoned kicker. You have two good quarterbacks. Let Huntley play. The model had to start every game. You know, put that boy in there, man. That man can play, and he does a great job when we play. Um, it's a couple people on the team. I don't know why they on there. Ain't like I can do better, but I mean, you getting paid that kind of money, then you got to perform. And so you need a left tackle, and you need somebody who can go get their quarterback. You need somebody who can blitz and can get their quarterback. Um, that's just my take, man. That's just that's where I'm at with that. So I was looking at um the Trump administration, how they went and grabbed my man. Now, the crazy part about it is they grabbed him, but they didn't grab a lot of other people. So now I'm confused by um why you grab him. So you say you grabbed him because of drugs and what he doing to the country. But I find that hard to believe because gonna get into it. Let's get into it a little bit. So let's go. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got going on here. Cause I really wanted to see how much power the US really had, but how much power do we really have? I'm gonna go on my other platform right quick. Let me see something. Cause I'm trying to do something and I'm trying to figure out how to do something. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of experiment. So let me experiment for a minute and let me see. Let me see how this work out. Okay. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to see. It won't let me do it. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying experimenting over here. Let me see. I can't do it. All right, so listen, and I think I know why, because I'm on this other platform. All right, so listen. I was trying to find out how much power the US really had, and can we really go and get somebody else from another country and hold them accountable for some stuff that they've been doing. But the crazy part about it is the same stuff they went and get him for. It's the same stuff that the president doing, right? Um, and so it talks about the U.S. hold immense global power as the world's largest economic and military force, with a significant influence through its strong dollar, large economy, advanced technology, dominant military, and cultural reach due to power face limited in resolving complex conflicts and challenges from rising nations like China. Its influence streams from a vast resource strategy, geography, strong ally like NATO, excuse me, and its role in global finance, making it a, le- a, le- a, mm, a globally the most powerful nation, but its ability to dictate outcomes is very stimulus and contained. So, I mean, constrained. So, even though we had economic power to go get somebody else for a crime in their own country, it's illegal. So it's kind of illegal. See, the law is tricky because um Bush went and got somebody from another country when he was in office. So um Bush did the same thing when he was in office. He went who did Bush go get? Um Bush went and got somebody from another country. I can't remember exactly who it was, but the former President Bush, he did the same thing. And he had something to do with foreign policy, right? Um, and so they was trying to get minerals, and it had something to do, excuse me, with the New World Order. And I think this administration they want the minerals. So it's a lot of minerals over there. It's a lot of oil over there. Um, it's gonna take years for them to run the country. Like they can't just go over there and just run the country, man. It's checks and balances, right? So I mean, you can strong arm it and probably try to take the country, but it's other countries that's around it, and you know, you can't just. On one hand, you can't, excuse me, and then on another hand, you can like, and I'm trying to explain it, but our foreign policy is it's fucking like it's crazy, man, because so Bush did it with the Soviet Union with Gorbachev, and he managed to collapse the Soviet Union and support Germany through the 2+4 arrangements. So that had something to do with the wall. But um, the minerals in Venezuela, man, is phenomenal, right? Um, the minerals in Venezuela, something in my throat. So the minerals in Venezuela most likely refers to the extreme low minimum wage, which in 2025 for a frozen at 130 less than $1 US monthly, barely covered 0.2 of the basic food basket, highlighting a severe economic crisis where workers struggle to afford essentials. Um, but the same thing that they did over there to them people, it's the same thing the president trying to do to us that live right here. You done cut federal jobs. Unemployment is at its all-time high. Farmers are struggling. Healthcare is a mess. And you go save another country, and this one right here falling apart. I'm clearly don't understand. So they minerals is they hold the largest oil reserve in the world, right? Um, Venezuela oil reserve. So they hold the world's largest proven oil reserve, estimated at around 300 and 303 billion barrels of reserve oil, nearly 20% of the global supply, primarily heavy crude and on belt, but provided it struggles due to the infrastructure decades underinvestment despite its massive resource potential. So even though like they have the capability of being the global or where the oil come from. And even though a lot of it comes out of Venezuela, because they don't have the money and the backing and all of that stuff, it can be produced at a higher level. But because they really don't have it, they can't produce it. But it's massive, man. It's mostly it's heavy crude. It's harder to um abstract because it's real tense, it's real dense. Um, despite despite it, the output has plummeted. Venezuela contribute a small fraction of global supply due to the infrastructure issues. So what they used to put out, they're not putting out no more. And historically, its oil industry in 1976 established and was founded members of OPEC. So it was one of the spots that OPEC used to get a lot of the oil from. But years of neglect has severely damaged the oil fields and refineries. The U.S. sanction has limited foreign investment and technical explicit investment need. The restoring production to provide levels require billions in capital to significantly upgrade. So what they trying to do is they really want the oil. Now, they hold the largest proven reserve barrels, making up roughly 17% of the global reserve. But this oil is mostly heavy crude, making it expensive to be expensive and difficult to extract. Compared Saudi Arabia more accessible reserve despite their low value, while it has the most oil. Venezuela production has plunged to. So even though they want it, it'll take years for them to get it to, you know, where it really needs to be because it has to be refined. They have to put a lot of money into it. The oil is really dilapidated. It's under production, which means you have to build that industry up, man, and you just can't go over there and start drilling for oil. You got to take equipment. You got to take people. You got to do a survey. So even if they are trying to get it, they won't get it under this administration. How long would it take for Venezuela oil to be at 100%? Restoring Venezuela oil 100% is peak around 3 to 4 million barrels per day. It's quickly fixed, expensive, suggested it will require billions in investment, 100 plus B, and about 5 to 10 years of sustained efforts to rebuild infrastructure, fix underinvestment, and overcome political instability with the intention to boost potential seen in the 1.2 years or full recovery takes us much longer. So they can't do it in 1-2 years. They said it will take at least between 5 to 10. So it's a massive investment. 10 billion per year over decades of 100 billion total for significant recovery. Years of neglect, corruption, and lead to maintenance, heavy, heavy severe damage of facilities, um, political stability, political environment, and critical for attracting foreign investments and ensuring long-term operations. So, um, some see most increase 2 million to 12, 1.2 years with investment, um, a return on historical peak levels well above current output could take at least a decade. Don't expect a quick turnover, significantly productions recovery, and Venezuela is long-term multi-billion dollars project, not a matter of months required major commitment to rebuild its core oil industry. So it's going to take at least 10 years, right? Not 5. It's going to take 10. It's going to take between 5 to 10 just to get the ground together and the paperwork together and all of that. Now, can they bypass that? Probably. But I don't think you just could take the damn country over. So we're gonna have to see, um, what's really going on with that, man, because that's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen. Because even if you try to take it over, you have to do a regime change, um, which means that democracy officials, U.S. political policy calls for the departure of Nicholas. So they want to get him out of there, um, and they got him out of there. Now, they got him out of there, so what's going to happen now? So they said he was a really bad guy. He had a lot of drugs, and he was selling a lot of drugs and all of that. And he's a drug dealer, and they blowing up ships, right? So if that's the case, and he's going after drug dealers, right? One guy that Trump pardoned had 45 years. He imported over 400 tons of cocaine to the U.S. He gave his ass a pardon. Another dude, um, 2 million in a 2 million in anonymous drug sales. Um, Trump gave his ass a pardon. He had 40 years. Trump gave him a pardon. Another guy was a well-known drug dealer. Trump and a gangster. Trump gave him a pardon, right? Another guy had over 100,000 kilograms of cocaine. He gave his ass a pardon, right? So the Washington Post analysts noticed that since the beginning of his second term, Trump has pardoned over guaranteed clemency to at least 10 people for drug-related crimes, in addition to almost 90 others during his first term. These actions have drawn criticism to conflicting with Trump's public tongue on crime and anti-drug wars, with some observers suggested that transactional patterns where pardon often benefit those with personal or political connections. Of course. So he's selling the White House for his friends. So you're gonna go lock one drug dealer up, but you're gonna pardon the rest of them. That's real crazy. That make a lot of sense. But that's who in there. That's who they put him in there. And he in there. So that's pretty much where we are right now. Um, So they would have the security reason U.S. aims to curb drug trafficking with the government has leaded a national security threat. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see what happened, right? Um, let's see what happened. I don't think I can. I'm really experimenting, y'all, because I'm trying to get y'all to chat in, and I can't. It's not coming up, and I don't know why. But welcome to the podcast 1700 block. I'm your host, Lamont. Happy New Year. I hope y'all having a good year, a good New Year. Um, it's different, man, when you used to seeing certain people at the table and they just not there no more. Like that's real, real different. Um, and a lot of time it hurt because you want to see them people. Um, excuse me. So just trying to get used to um not seeing certain people at the table, man. It could be a real challenging. It can be a real challenging experience. So just trying to get see if y'all can chime in. So I can I can't on this thing right here, man. I'm experiencing. I'm just experimenting. I'm bringing it, but I'm experiencing it too. So um, let's just see what happened with this oh, let's see what's gonna happen with this Venezuela thing. Let's go see what's gonna happen with this Raven stuff to the fans. See? I mean, once you're a fan, you're always a fan, man. I just it's been a real bad, disappointing season, man, and we didn't have a pretty good team. Um, the front office need to do something. They just need to do something. Um, so I don't have no whole bunch to say. I'm really on here experiment. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with some other stuff, and then we're gonna see what we can do on this platform. I'm trying to get to I need to see y'all comments in the box, but I'm gonna work on that. All right, so it's really a trial run. So welcome to the podcast 1700 block. I'm your host Lamont, and I'll see y'all later, man. Thanks for tuning in. Send me your comments, cause um, there's some stuff I want to comment on, and if you having an event, send me your event. If you're doing something, it don't matter if it's house, if it's gospel, if it's church stuff. Just send it to me so I can put you on. If you got a store or business, if you're doing hair, let me know, man. I'm gonna try to make sure that I get y'all on here. Okay. So thanks for tuning in to the podcast 1700 block. Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope you have a